going to begin, and by asking all of our second and third graders to come on up. And this is a happening here tonight at Shir Tikvah. As you can see, this is a very joyful service. So joyful that the skies have cleared. The sun is pouring in. It is a sign of the sunshine that these students bring to us at Shir Tikvah. And we are going to begin with 2 warm-up songs. The first one is one that these second and third graders have known for a long time. You don't even need the lyrics for this one. It's called Bim Bam Shabbat Shalom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bim Bam, Bim 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 Bam, Bim 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 Bam. Chiri biri biri Bim Bam, Bim 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 Bam, Bim 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 Bam. All right, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom. And we invite you all, second and third graders, you included, to just take a deep breath. Because it is finally Shabbat, our day of rest, of wholeness, of peace, where we can say, "Shoo, this week is over," and we can really take that soulful breath that we all need so much to get this break. And so second grade boys, I'm going to ask you guys to get yourselves together. Corey and Charlie, just face everybody. And our next song says, "It is so good to be together. It is so sweet to be together," as this Shabbat begins. Did everybody here get enough pizza? Raise your hand if you were here for dinner. You got enough pizza? It's 4 slices over here. Excellent. 2, 3, 4. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. All right, you guys take it away. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevet achim. All right, you guys, let's hear it. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Beautiful, you guys, and you can sit back down in your seats.
As you are finding your seats in our congregation, I invite you to find something that is gold and shiny in our sanctuary. Find something that is gold and shiny in our sanctuary. Who can raise their hand and tell me something gold and shiny in the sanctuary? It's so good to see all of these hands. I'm so excited. how about if you are a second or a third grader and you're already participating in leading the service, you put your hand down for this question. And if you are not a second or a third grader and you see something golden shiny, let us know. Yeah, what do you see?
The sun.
The sun is so shiny right now. And for those of you on this side of the sanctuary, you are just going to embrace the shine and bring all of it. Noah, do I see a gold shiny hand? Do you see something golden shiny? The ark has gold and shiny on it. And what lives in our ark? Do you know what's back there? Torahs are back there. They're so precious. We put them with gold and shiny. Where else is gold and shiny in this sanctuary? There's not a whole lot of gold and shiny, I have to say. Anybody else? Yes. A Jewish star. There's a gold and a shiny Jewish star. Yes, right there, right in the middle. Amazing. Anything else? Golden shiny, golden shiny. What do we got? What do we got? Yeah, what do we got? Yeah.
The books.
Oh, our books, because the books contain such important words. They're gold and they're shiny, and we make sure you notice them. Anybody want to lift their eyes a little higher and see something that's gold and shiny? Our lights are shiny, sure. Anything else? Gold and shiny. Nate, what you got? The lions are gold and shiny, and they're surrounding the 10 laws, the 10 good laws that help us remember that one of the things we do is think about what is right and what is wrong. Yep. And if you go sideways from the lions, go sideways. What else do we care about? What else? Sideways, go sideways. There are words that are gold and shiny. Oh my goodness, what do those words say? That's what you were going to say. How many of you saw the words on the gold and shiny? Those words say, how good is it to be together? Those are the words you just sang. Those words go thousands of years back, thousands of years ago. They brought Jewish communities together and they said, how good is it to be together? And how good is it to come together tonight and be together? And one of the things that we get to come together for that is very shiny and special, and that sometimes it's hard to remember is shiny and special, is learning. We get to come together as a community, and we do it so frequently that sometimes we forget how special it is to get the chance to learn together. And second graders, you had an incredible teacher this year, and third graders, you had an incredible teacher this year, and they brought so much shine, so much fun and joy to your learning. And we thought, although I don't see them right now, are they here? Dorianne is here. We're going to invite Dorianne up to add some more shininess, some more light into our community. Is Bailey in the room by any chance? We can imagine Bailey, because she stands behind so much of what we do. She's working. So we're going to light these candles to add to the light, the shine, the joy of us all being together in community. And you'll see, after Dorianne lights these candles, I make 3 circles. I don't know if you do, but you can try. Bailey, come on up. You're going to light our other set of candles. Are we being streamed downstairs? You heard us. And I'm going to bring that gold shiny feeling into me. I'm going to cover my eyes. And if you want, you can try that in your own seats after we light the candles and while we sing these blessings together.
Second and third graders, it's an honor to call you back up here. This song is called Walk in the Temple. Walk in the temple, what do I see? The rabbi, the Torah, other kids like me. Walk in the temple, what do I do? I study and play with other kids like you. We study Hebrew, we study Torah, we celebrate all the holidays. Walk in the temple, what do I say? Shabbat Shalom, what a special day. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Second graders, you can sit back down. Third graders, stay right on up here. Wherever you go, there's always someone Jewish. Wherever you go, there's always someone Jewish.
You're never alone when you say you're a Jew. So when you're not home and you're somewhere kind of newish, the odds are they'll look far 'cause they're Jewish too. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum.
Some Jews live in tents, and some live in pagodas, and some Jews pay rent 'cause the city's not free. Some Jews live on farms in the hills of Minnesota, and some Jews wear no shoes and sleep by the sea. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum.
Amsterdam, Disneyland, Tel Aviv. Oh, they're miles apart. But when we light the candles on the Sabbath eve, we share in the prayer in each one of our hearts.
Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum. And some Jews wear hats, and some Jews wear sombreros, and some wear tefillahs to keep out the sun. Some Jews live on rice, and some live on potatoes, or waffles, or hamburger buns. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum. Amsterdam, Disneyland, Tel Aviv. Oh, they're miles apart. But when we light the candles on the Sabbath eve, we share in the prayer in each one of our hearts. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum. Beautiful, guys, you can go back, sit down. You can go back and sit down. It is wonderful to welcome this Shabbat together. We say, come friends. We don't do this by ourselves. We do it as a community. We say the words, Lecha Dodi. Come friends. This Shabbat is ours. May it be filled with blessing. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Likrat Kala, Denei Shabbat, Nekabla, Nekabla, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Likrat Kala, Denei Shabbat. Just look around this sanctuary. Find something that catches your eye. If you can see the pond, it's sparkling in the sun. Maybe you can catch the light in somebody's eye. And let's just take a moment to take in all these blessings, all the things we're grateful for. Lecha Dodi Likrat Hala Tene Shabbat Nekavla Nekavla. All right, take a deep breath. Here we go. Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Umevorach. And one last time. Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Umevorach.
We are together in our sanctuary, when we are in a community of prayer, one of the amazing things that we get to do is we get to hear other people's voices, right? So often we mostly hear ourselves, but we get to call to each other in prayer and say, I want you to come with me. I want you to be part of my prayers. And so this next prayer, Baruch Hu, dear one, we call to each other and we call to ourselves and we say, let's find a way to make this community feel like home.
And if you have taken a prayer book, we are on page 16. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. We are at the bottom of page 17 if you have taken your prayer book. We have at least one bat mitzvah person here. It might be more than I'm just not seeing, but Rosie, could we call you up to lead us in the Shema?
We're going to invite you to rise, to stand in body or in spirit as we sing this Shema together.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Beautiful, thank you. You can all be seated, except for the third grade. We turn to the words of the prophet Miriam, who sang and danced with the Israelites as they crossed the Red Sea. Miriam's song. And the women dancing with the timbrels
Follow Miriam as she sang her song. Sing the song of the one who is exalted. Miriam
us in the chorus.
And the women dancing with their timbrels follow Miriam as she sang her song.
Woo!
Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women dance and dance all night long.
When Miriam stood upon the shore and gazed across the sea, the wonder of this miracle she soon came to believe. Whoever thought the sea would part with an outstretched hand, and we would pass through freedom and march to the promised land. Here we go.
And the women dancing with their timbrels follow Miriam as she sang a song. Sing a song of the one who we've exalted.
Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. And Miriam, the prophet, took her timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her just as she had planned. And Miriam raised her voice in songs and sang with praise and might.
We just lived through a miracle. We're going to dance tonight. And the women dancing with their timbrels follow Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song of the one who we've exalted.
Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. Second graders, will you come on up to join the third graders? A song that has become a prayer for all of us here at Shir Tikvah. This will serve as our central prayer for this evening. One day, we begin with some Hebrew. Hashkifeinu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu L'Chaim. Hashkifeinu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'Hamidenu Malkeinu L'Chaim. All right, here we go.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and make God
As you are finding your seats again, second and third graders, I'm going to ask for there to be some quiet in the sanctuary, or at least relative quiet. And if you have a prayer book, we are on page 130. And at this time in the service, there's something that we do every single week that is really, really important to all of us who come on Friday nights, and you are all welcome. We're here every Friday night, is that we offer a prayer for those who are sick, for those who are in need of healing in their mind or in their body or in their spirit. And we do that as a community with the words of the Misha Berach. And this prayer says, may all those who are sick find healing, find wholeness, a renewal of body and a renewal of spirit. And we're going to begin with a list of those in this community for whom we are praying. And then you'll have the opportunity, if there's somebody in your life that you'd like to raise your hand and say their name out loud, if they need a little extra help healing, please do so. So as a community, we are praying for the healing of Pat Urich, Peter Feynman, Alina Clayman, Liliana Walheim-Martinez, Diana Sanders, Irene Brown, Joan Spetter, Ronnie Woods, Lynn Tilkin, Amaria Roberts, Kaylee Casas and baby Zay, David Weinstein, Karen Kaplan, Ruth Ginsburg, Alan and Joanne Travis, Sonal Starr, Joyce B., Andy A., Paul P., Gloria, Ayelet Bat Chava Vaher Shmuel, Debbie Gilman, Neil Daniels Midman, Anya Kabel, Sue Boardman, Sarah Kianowski, Debbie Sachs-Bouteau, Stanley Roth, and Kathy Nath. And it would be an honor to call on any of you who have people in your lives you'd like to ask for healing. Charlie. Lisa. Yeah.
Josh Titlebaum and my aunt Shirley Deutsch.
Loretta.
Wayne Gender.
And Heather.
Angie.
Thank you.
Roxanne McCartney.
For all those who we named, for all who are in search of healing, we'll sing these words, becoming a community of prayer together.
Louder.
Thanks. I'd love to tell you a little story. And this story happened a really long time ago when a man named, what people called him was the Besht, which sounds a lot like the best, right? You can kind of think of him that way. The Besht, he was a rabbi, but he was a rabbi who sort of had this real wisdom, right? And just got it in a different way. And the Besht was leading services one day, and it was, let's say, Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year, when only the most serious prayers tend to happen. And the rabbi and the cantor were standing at the front of the congregation, and they were leading these prayers. And some of our prayers tonight, did we say something and then you said it back? Yeah. And some of our prayers, we were all together. Well, their prayers were just like our prayers. Their prayers, sometimes the cantor and the rabbi sang and the whole congregation answered, and sometimes they all sang together. But in between these moments, the rabbi and the cantor kept hearing somebody singing the Aleph Bet. So imagine what we were just doing. We were just praying, right? And imagine Beth sings so beautifully, and we all sing so beautifully back to Beth. And then it gets quiet for a moment, and you hear, Aleph, Bet, Bet, right? You know it? Do you know that? All right. So that kept happening. At each prayer, at each moment, they would hear a different part of the alphabet. So after Aleph, Bet, Vet, there was Gimel, Daled, Hey, and then there was, and it just kept going. And nobody knew where it was coming from. And finally the rabbi did this thing that rabbis do occasionally during services just to annoy the cameramen, particularly in Poland hundreds of years ago where there were lots of cameramen. And the rabbi started wandering around like this just to test the situation. But really what the rabbi was doing was the rabbi was trying to figure out not how to annoy Don, although that was part of it. I got a thumbs up in the back. But instead, where that Aleph, Bet, Vet was coming from. And the rabbi, and I won't do this because I have some limits, but the rabbi finally wandered way back to the back of the sanctuary. And in the way back of the sanctuary was, I don't know, let's call him a second grader. Just imagine a kid about the size of a second grader. Can anybody imagine a kid about the size of a second grader? Yeah, you got it in your head? So imagine that kid, and that kid is standing by the door in the back singing the Aleph Bet Vet song, right? But doing the call and repeat the whole thing, so both parts you can imagine, right? Aleph Bet Bet. Gimel Daled Hey. Okay, so you can imagine this little second grader standing in the back, singing the Aleph Bet Bet song to himself, or with himself, I guess you could say. And the rabbi gets down real low. Again, not just to annoy the camera people, and says, "What are you doing?" And the boy says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Rabbi. I just wanted to pray, but I didn't know all those words. There were just too many words in all the prayers, and I wanted to sing with the cantor with the beautiful voice and the guitar." Also probably not there in 16th century Poland, but fine. Probably no camera, no guitar, but there was prayer. And there were little kids who wanted to, not little, second graders. I have a second grader at home sick. If she hears that I just called her a little kid, I don't know if I'm getting out of it. But there were second graders in the back of sanctuaries saying, "I don't know all those words to prayer, but I want to pray." And the rabbi said, "Okay." And so the rabbi brought the little boy up to the front of the sanctuary, right? Imagine here. And the little boy sang the Aleph Bet Bet song to the whole community. And the whole community sang it back. And it was so beautiful. And the rabbi said, Amen. Do you know what the word amen means? Anybody ever heard anybody say it? Yes, okay. Anybody still not know what it means, even though maybe they said it? Took me a while. Took me till rabbinic school. Parents, fess up. Come on. It means I want to be part of that prayer. It means I want my voice to be part of that prayer that other person said. And the whole congregation was so confused. They said, how did we just amen the Aleph Bet? Like, what does it mean that that's what we did? And the rabbi said, these are the purest prayers. When you don't worry about the words, but you just pray what's in your heart. So, I'm wondering, second graders, have you worked on the Aleph Bet this year?
Yeah.
Oh, you have. I may have known that. Would you come up? And community, are you ready to sing back to them? And at the end, are we ready to say amen? Yeah, I think so. Aleph, Bet, Bet.
Gimel, Dalet, Hey.
Gimel, Dalet, Hey.
Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet.
Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet.
Yud, Kaf, Ha.
Yud, Kaf, Ha.
Lamed, Mem, Nun.
Lamed, Mem, Nun.
Samed, Ayin, Pei, Fei.
Samet, Ayin, Pei, Fei.
Sadi, Kuf, Resh.
Sadi, Kuf, Resh.
Shin, Sin, Tav.
Shin, Sin, Tav. Amen. So when we are together in community, we often think of those people who helped us find our communities, who helped us grow, who loved us, who took care of us, and who have died. And sometimes when you're in these joyful places, you feel them not being there even more so. And so on Friday nights, just as we pray for those who are in need of healing, we always take the time to remember those whose lives shaped our lives and whose legacy we carry. So you'll hear Beth will say the names of our community members who we are remembering this week. And we will then invite you to raise your hands if you're remembering somebody and want their name said here in our sanctuary.
So we remember first those who have died just in this week, Zachary Polanski. And we are remembering Molly Logan, who is still in this time of Shloshim, beloved mother of Chris Logan, the 30 days following her death. Tonight's yortzites include Esther Goldstein and Sarah Rhodes, beloved mother of Loretta Richard. And in this year of memory, we are remembering Erwin Lebo, Helen Fine, Wynne Musgrave, Sue Papanek McHugh, Bob Ruxin, Kay Ann Liss, Duffy Brodsky, and Eliza Stern Geyer. And if there are people you are remembering tonight whose yortzites, the anniversaries of their deaths, or who are feeling close to you tonight, please raise your hand. We'll start over here.
David's grandfather, lovingly called Gigi Morty. So we will turn to the words of Warner's Kaddish. These are words that our community has used for thousands of years to give us the time and the space to remember. I invite you to rise, embody your spirit. And if you do not yet know these words, you can just listen to the words as they wash over you, we hope, like a river. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirtei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min Shemaya V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing. You may be seated.
And we are very near to concluding our service for this evening. We're going to end with a few songs, but first, just a few announcements. First, we would like to give a warm welcome to those who are joining us online, and we're so glad you're here. And a warm welcome to grandparents, aunts and uncles, parents, to community members who are here in the sanctuary to be with our amazing second and third graders. And just out of curiosity, second and third graders, how many of you is one of the first times you've been in the sanctuary? Right? It's one of your first times, right? And for families who are just joining us, we want to give an extra special welcome to you because during the time of COVID, we were not using our building. So it's so wonderful to be with you here in our temple building. And you are welcome back anytime. We are here mostly at 7:30 on Friday evenings. And this is a very big weekend here at Shir Tikvah. Tomorrow morning we have Tat Shabbat at 10 a.m., and that is for those who are 6 and under and their parents. And we have a Torah study group, which meets every Saturday morning at 10:30 in the library and also online, and also on all are most welcome to join for that. At 2 p.m., we have an open house here. So if you have friends you think might be interested in joining our temple, tell them to come on over here to the temple building at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Or if you're a new member and you'd like to just get to know the building and us better, you are welcome as well. And at 4 p.m., following the open house, it is the last session of Torah on Tap for the year with Rabbi Cari, and all are welcome to join in an hour of fabulous Torah study in the Oneg room. Sunday morning, this will come as no surprise to our second and third graders. It is our last morning of learning core for the year for our first to fifth graders. And we want to just offer an invitation to all of you. Following that last morning of learning core, we have our temple annual meeting right here in the sanctuary. And there will be some nosh available at noon, and at 12:30 the meeting begins. It lasts about an hour, right, Todd? About an hour-ish. And it would be wonderful to have you here. It's an opportunity to get to know the inner workings of the temple a little bit, to have a vote in choosing our temple board, our committee chairs, and to learn about the financial health of our community, which is what makes all of what we do possible. Friday night services continue here in the sanctuary through the end of June, till June 30th. And then we will switch to our summer schedule where there will be wonderful dinners hosted by our ritual committee. There'll be potluck dinners. I think there's 6 of them scheduled for over the summer, and also some Zoom services with the fabulous Alicia DiPaolo on Zoom. And finally, registration is open for our temple camping trip. which is in Tamworth, New Hampshire. And this year, it will take place on the weekend of August 11th to 13th. And there are so many of you who have joined in our temple camping trip, and we hope even more of you will come. And there's some good PR for it right there. It's a very good time. And now, without further ado, third graders, fabulous third graders, come on up and lead us in the song Lachi Lach. And if you have a prayer book, it's on page 125. Will you come join the third graders for our final song? And we are going to begin this together, and then we'll break it down into a round. 1, 2, 3. It is a tree of life with those who go fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life with those who go fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. All right, everyone, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. All right, let's break it down. It is a tree of life and those who are fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It's a tree of life and those who are fast to it, shalom, happy. All right, switch your part. Shalom, 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 happy. It's a tree of life and those who are fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. All right, let's do it all together. Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Nice job. And we're going to join Rabbi Cari in doing Kiddush and Motzi so that we can all go down back to the Oneg room and to the balcony and to, whoa. Come back in. We have not said the blessing yet. You would think we didn't feed you a half an hour ago. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri the blessing over this beautiful challah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. And we're going to ask everyone to make sure you are just walking downstairs and not running downstairs. We'll see you down there. Goodbye. Shabbat shalom, everyone.